Hey everybody, my name's Tom and this is Shelter. Shelter is an upcoming survival adventure game by Might and Delight. They're the creators of the game PID. This has been greenlit through Steam and it's due out on the 28th of August, available for both PC and Mac. Essentially with the game you play as a mother badger protecting her young, so the badger cubs, from basically all the cruelty of nature, and you also get to explore the beauty in nature as well while you're at it. The music in this is incredibly good. It's by Retro Family. I think they've done the music for PID as well. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think that's the case. And yeah, this is really something special. I've been enjoying this. I've only played so far through the game, just slightly through. So we'll go new game and we'll see what's going on with Shelter. It's something that's really caught my eye visually. The visual aspect of the game is really pretty. So here we are the mother badger, and we have our badger cubs here. Now you can see the levels, or the level design, the visuals are all very pastel-y coloured, I guess would be a nice way to put it. Quite sedated looking, but it's really gorgeous. So we'll come over here and we'll pick up this vegetable, which we'll bring to our young here. So this is one of the first mechanics you'll kind of come to in the game. So we see here this little badger on the floor. This poor little badger isn't very well, so through a left click to pick up the vegetable, we'll come over, left click again, and little badger will eat the vegetable, and he's back in the land of the living. Very nice. So here we are, mother badger with our little badgers behind us, and we can go and have a wee look out here, but we don't go out that way. I've tried numerous times to get out there and I don't know if we can, so we'll walk this way, and this is the game. So we'll have a bit of a credit roll while we just explore. And proceeding through this way will take us to the outside, where we must survive. We must take our little badger cubs and ensure that we survive through all sorts of nastiness and cruelty that nature decides to throw our way, while also appreciating just how beautiful the settings and the level design is. It's really nice. In terms of playing the game, I mean, I've played through maybe 10 minutes of the game, not very far at all. I don't know what to expect going forward. I mean, I know the premise of the game, I understand what we're doing here, but it's exciting to think that there's a lot out here that could be quite a surprise. So we'll eventually make our way outside as we badger along like a little nice family here. And I think we'll go this way. I think it leads into the same way anyway. So as I mentioned previously, the music in this is incredibly pretty. I was caught a bit awestruck by it, to be honest. It's something that I always look for in games, especially indie games. The music tends to be very good, but in this game it's just sensational. It reminds me of kind of post-rock a la types like Tortoise, if you know who Tortoise are. It has that kind of same ring to it, which is very nice. So we're now out in the open. We can run and we can pick up vegetables. So here we've got something that looks like an onion or a radish or something. Right, there you go, lads. Dig in. The game's prefaced with an introduction through on the Steam page or on the website that says, "Is there enough food for everyone?" Which makes me worry that we may lose some of our little badgers along the way. So yeah, we run into this tree, it should drop the apple, and one of our little guys will eat that. Very good. And now you hear the music kicking in. Gorgeous. Like, that's just sensationally good. And we'll run into this tree here, and it should drop another apple for our little ones. I think we may need to take it towards them because they're not self-sufficient yet. There you go, lads. On you go. Now, it also gives warning of a couple of enemies or other animals, basically the food chain that we need to look out for. So there will be things that are inevitably... Come on lads, left click, barky. And yeah, so there should be things out there that are higher in the food chain that wish to munch upon us, like a snack. So we'll be on the lookout for anything nasty. And we've got, a double apple tree. We'll run into this one. Holding shift to run into the tree, it just drops the apple there. Come on, who wants this one? There we go. The graphic style in this is it's hard to explain what it reminds me of, because it reminds me of a bunch of things. It reminds me of, I mean, it's very liney, very sharp, very straight cut. It reminds me of games that were out in the kind of late 90s rather, or the early 2000s. But it doesn't look dated. I think it's just due to the nature of the way that everything moves, the Badger specifically. Everything's got a nice movement to it, a nice flow. So we'll come through here. I don't really know what's through here. We've got another vegetable which we will pick and drop for our young. There we go, boys. Or girls. And we'll run through here. Bark along the way just so they follow. Yeah, I just stop every now and again just to appreciate the surroundings, the sound, just the general aesthetic in the game. It makes me happy. Rarely do you play a game that actually makes you smile from like ear to ear, which is it's a really nice feeling. Often games entail a lot of death, destruction, a lot of gore, a lot of unhappiness. Give me the fox! Oh, I was going to say the fox, but that's a frog. Oh well. I think you can eat the frog or give it to your young to eat. But yeah, with this, I know there's going to be times where it's probably going to upset me with young badger death perhaps, or just general nature stuff, but with it being so closely linked to nature in the way that nature actually works, something about it's beautiful rather than unhappy, if that makes sense. It certainly does in my head. Anyway, I know where I was going with that, perhaps you won't, but there is a certain beauty to everything that happens in nature, whether it is good or bad, and I like that Might and Delight have actually approached a subject like this rather than sticking a gun in someone's hand and pushing them out onto a battlefield and telling them to kill 150 vaguely Middle Eastern looking guys. So yeah, it's a nice concept, and I do enjoy concepts whereby nature is utilised rather than the killing of men. So we'll bounce our head off of this tree here. Another apple for our little badger pals. Go on, lads. Now, I don't know what happens if you don't feed them. I've just been feeding them just because it seems like the motherly thing to do. Come on, silly little badger. Yeah, it seems like the motherly thing to do, I would imagine. Not that I have any experience in being a mum, but I would imagine you would want to feed them. I don't know if there's any consequence of overfeeding them. For instance, we may be making a moving buffet for every predator that's out there by just fattening our little ones up. Now, the next point I wanted to make was I don't know what this game will include in terms of secrets. I haven't had enough time to explore and look for secrets. I haven't had enough time to kind of explore everything. I've just been kind of taking myself on a unilateral direction and just walking straight forward. I haven't really looked about, which will probably be something that you would do after a couple of playthroughs. You would start exploring the terrain and the landscape, looking for anything that's out there that's not just a... Oh, where are they? Oh, look at me getting nervous about where my badgers are. Right, so pop that tree there, and I'll have a drink while they have a munch. And I did manage to spill that all down the front myself, because I'm clearly an idiot. Anyhow, we'll proceed onwards. So yeah, so it does leave me with a rather wholesome, warm feeling within myself. I like games that do that. It's definitely something that I would play. Now that I think about it, it actually reminds me somewhat of Proteus. Not so much in the gameplay, the mechanics, but in the visual aspects of it. It just looks, colour palette wise, similar. So we've got another veggie here that we can uproot and pass off to our little badgers. I'm wondering if you keep feeding them, do they grow into large badgers? Or if we ever have to see them off. So I do see birds in the distance. That worries me somewhat, because I have had warnings that birds are not good. Well, it depends if they're pigeons then. I mean, I think a badger could handle a pigeon. If it's like a kestrel or an eagle or some shit, then we're pretty much done for. Oh, it's a vole or a rat or... Come here! Get him! Grab him! Okay, that was kind of brutal. I'm sorry, little vole. There we go. So yeah, so we managed to get that. It was a mouse or a vole or a... Oh, it was possibly a mole. That actually did make me feel quite sad. But nature and its cruelty also contains lots of beauty, so we'll forgive ourselves. And that gorgeous soundtrack in the background just makes everything better once more. This is something that I would probably play at night to chill out. Like some people, I like to read books. Sometimes you'll read a book before you go to bed. This is the kind of thing like Proteus I would stick on before going to bed and just enjoy just being in this little world with my badgers, doing badgery stuff. Okay, that bird up there kind of makes me nervous somewhat. Maybe we'll hide in the grass. Oh, have we got a hungry one? Who's hungry? There we go. Brilliant. I think I might be working it out. Is it perhaps colour dictates how hungry they are? Because we've got on the left through to the middle, kind of brown, kind of paler. Then the middle one looks pale as hell. He looks like he's got anemia. Looking very anemic. And yeah, so we'll try and feed him and see if that changes his colouring. Oh, it's a fox! Come here! Grab the fox! Aha, Mr. Fox! Oh, he's too fast. We need a speed up. Can we? Is it like Binding of Isaac? Do we get like a speed up pill or something? We must find the cocoa plant and make cocaine. No, I'm kidding. Don't ever do that. No drugs. And I think we'll just try and look for some apples then, or some food from trees or from the ground. Come on, badgers. Some latent muscle memory there in action as I hit the spacebar, assuming that I can jump over things, which is clearly not the case. So we have some grass, yet no apples with which to feed my young. Aha, Mr. Fox. You're not so sly anymore, son. Oh my god. Am I doing it wrong? Do I need to sneak up? Oh, wait, right, so holding control will allow for sneaky. Let's sneak attack this. Okay. Quiet. We need to be very quiet. Slow and steady wins the badger. At this pace we will die of starvation. Can we even eat the fox? Is that what we do? Or do we just... Oh, he's miles away. Forget the fox. We'll leave him to do what he does. I guess we go down this way. I don't think we can go down that other way. So yeah, so all in all, first impressions of this game. Really enjoying it. It's available on Steam at the moment. I believe it has a 10 or 20% discount. I can't recall offhand, but I will leave that information in the description. It's oh, we nearly got him. Yeah, it's on discount at the moment. I believe it's £6.99 or £6.29, something in that region with the discount. In Great British pounds. Dollars wise, I'd imagine it'll be around about the $10 price point. But again, I haven't really looked at. Right, so we need to feed little pale guy here. Does he gain colour? This is what I want to know. He does! Right, okay, so we know how to feed then. We feed the pale guys. They're the ones that need the food the most. Very nice. I have worked something out. So, with that in mind, I think I'll call it quits here because I don't want to show too much of the game off. So yeah, my name's Tom, this is Shelter. Definitely check it out and I'll leave the information in the description below.